What about now? You guys able to hear any audio now? Before I turn the camera on, you guys should be able to.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the thrill of victory? Are you ready to taste victory? Are you ready to take your sports betting to a whole new level? Sit up, put your feet on the floor, because we have work to do. Welcome to the grind. Welcome to Cappers Nation, your weekly all things sports betting show. Tune in live every Thursday a.m. Eastern.
Everybody, welcome back. Cappers Nation Live, episode number deuce on the day. Just getting everything up and running live, so bear with me, folks. Bear with a little bit of a late start. Do apologize, but we got everything rolling. Had to try and fix that audio issue that we were having. However, I think we have it resolved. You guys said that you guys can hear me, so that's all good. That is all good. Got it posted on the website. The video is now on the website. For everybody that heads to the website, you have the option for all the live streams right there. That is up and running. Gonna post it on our YouTube community page. Stream it on YouTube because the haters say we can't. What is up, folks? College hoops underway. And I don't know about you guys, but ready for a monster day. Definitely ready for a monster day. First game already went. Actually, a couple games already went, but our first lean on Air Force plus the 17 cashing. I'm hearing, I'm seeing a post. A guest or an employee of the MGM has coronavirus. Person is in isolation. Not sure if 100% is true. More to come. I will definitely keep people posted and let everybody know on that one. That would be a major devastation into the blow to everybody in Vegas. All right, welcome back, everybody. Shane, Edward, Joe Dirt in the house. Tim, what is going on? Good afternoon, William, tuning in via text message. Ryan, Trainwreck in the house. Grant, what's going on? Trainwreck in the house. I'll do the Kyle Mustache. Who are we looking for? Who are we looking for? Who are you looking for, Edward? Me? Grant, who wasn't smart with their bankroll this morning? Who went off the deep end? Rookie MVP tuning in. Nick Hubbs, what is going on? Tim, Robert S, Nathan in the house. Jeff, what is up, my brother? The other Nick in the house. Justice, what's going on, buddy? Who dat Bob for the afternoon? Edward wants to know what other capping show gives free audio tests. Only this one. Christopher Bayer, what is going on? Jerry Valdez in the house is a special guest. On Air Force plus the 17 earlier, 100, 100. Definitely. Jeff, are you on? Root against you, no offense. Oh, with Tom. We need to find where Tom is. Tom, where are you? Well, I'll bring you on as a special guest, Jerry. I mean, you're right up the street. Either that or we need to go to a spring training game. I'm game for spring training game. I mean, literally, I mean, they're right down the street. I mean, the damn Starbucks has got a big Texas Rangers flag in it. Audio is going in and out. Okay, I know what it is. I know what it is, so I will correct that. If you are watching on Twitter or Twitch or the live stream app, come join us on YouTube.com or the YouTube app. Just type in Cap Nation. Come join us over here. Let me shut it down. Let me shut one of those down. And if you're watching on Twitter or Periscope, we're going to shut you guys down as well, so come join us as well on YouTube where the masses are. Not a lot of people here just yet. And who knows, maybe this will just be it. That's okay. I don't mind a smaller show because we get through a lot of stuff, quality content, quality leans, quality comments from a lot of great people. And then occasionally we get the Michaels who don't like talking about the beards, and then we get the not-so-quality. But hey, nonetheless, we're here anyways, and we're going to have some fun with it. So, I'm going to send out an email to everybody, letting everybody know that we are live. Alrighty, so let's see here. Let's get this one out. Cap Nation show number 2 right now. We are live on the 5 p.m. show. 5 p.m. Eastern time. Which is 4 p.m. Jeff's time, since he'll ask me what time is it on Central Time. Alrighty, got it rolling now. So if you get the email, you're already here. Disregard, you're already here. So, going to be breaking down some more games. Doing what we do best. Grant says he spilt candle wax on my iPad. Grant, the question is, what were you doing with candle wax in the first place? That's what we want to know, Grant. But then again, we might have to change the name of the show from Cappers Nation to Wax Nation, or you just never know. Maybe we'll come up with a different name, but that's child appropriate. But I don't know what you were doing with candle wax over your iPad. Beastie Pop in the house. But yeah, Grant, that might be too much information, what you were doing with your iPad over the or the candle wax over your iPad. All right, now we just got really stupid on the desk. I've got the iMac Pro that we're using to process the video, the new iMac Pro. Hold on one second. I just took a side bet with Jeff without looking at the score. Hold on, is this a money line? All right. Definitely, Jeff, a little early in the early in the day for candle wax to be out, let me tell you. Little friendly wager between me and Jeff going on. And I think I just took a sucker bet walking into UNLV down. But we got the iMac Pro 27 running the other iMac 27. The brand new MacBook Pro that's been upgraded to absolutely everything. And then the iPad Pro. It's like a very expensive desk at the current moment. Jose says the 76ers are going to get smacked. Grant says Herb was rolling, hence the candle. Alrighty. Bergman says, are we still liking that? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We haven't moved on it one bit. We still like it. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now, if you guys bear with me just a second. We're going to start breaking down the games. We already did some great breakdowns earlier in the day. And we're going to continue on with that one. We're going to continue where we left off with the breakdowns. No, we will not do the same breakdowns twice. That would be a waste of our time. But we already did American U. We took Air Force plus a 17. That was a winner. Puts our leans at 1-0. We did give out a lean on UNLV on the money line. I did make a fun little wager for fun just to pass the afternoon, a little degenerate wager on the lean there. We did the Nebraska game and the Memphis game as well. And we already broke down the wax for Grant, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump around on some of these other games for the second show. And we're going to try and hit these big marquee matchups for everybody. See if we can't touch on some marquee matchups. I was trying to see if I could stream the UNLV game, but apparently not. Beastie Pop with wax on, wax off. Oscar, what sport am I best at in betting? I like to think that I'm a multi-sport denomination kind of guy. I appreciate betting on everything. Nathan, can I go into in-depth what a two-foul participation is? Definitely. I definitely have no problem doing that, as you guys know. I'll go into that. I'll do it when it's appropriate to talk about it during one of the game day breakdowns, especially when the situation arises in the game. I'll go through it. I'll go through it in depth, just like I always do, because I know there's not. I know there's a lot of people that don't understand it, and we'll see if we can't get everybody better aligned on what it is. Tell them the stream request is coming from Ron Jeremy. Love it. Yep, 15-12, 10 minutes to go in the first half. Long way to go in that game. No offense, but I hope Jeff loses this one. Little side bet. He wins, I got to send him some cheese. If I win, he's got to buy a package. Kind of like that one. All right. Let's get it underway, folks. Let me refresh these live odds. Speaking of live odds, guys, if you want to have access to 100% real-time access to live odds, meaning 15 seconds after they change in the sports book, they change on our website. You go to Vegas Insider, Don Best, Scores and Odds, OddsShark, the Action Network, Scores Mobile. You're going to get delayed odds, 15 minutes, 30, 45, sometimes over an hour delayed before they changed in the casino. Don't be behind the 8 ball. Start betting live odds. You get them right on our website. Okay, right on our website. And it's 100% free. Cheese in a package. I'm going to buy a package anyways. I know. I know you are. I know you are. You might get $100 towards it. Eliezer says, crazy how you can't cough anymore without being looked at like you have the coronavirus. Imagine if you were Asian and then you cough. I would imagine the scrutiny is extreme. You know, when was it? Last weekend? No, 2 weekends ago. My wife played in a little slot tournament at Mandalay Bay. And imagine that, all those people playing slot machines. Coming from overseas, airplanes, you just never know. You just never know. It could be bad. It could be really bad. Can we do the Grambling State game? If we have time, we definitely will take a look at that one. I didn't have it on my radar for the breakdowns, but we'll take a look at it for sure. One of the ones that we're going to do will be the Houston and Connecticut game. And we'll take a look at that one first. It's actually a perfect example. Nathan wanted to know what the 2-foul participation is more in depth because UConn plays in it a little over 20% of the time, a little over 21%, and Houston is at 5.3%. So we'll be able to break down that one and give a very good example of exactly how it could benefit. And that's not a big one, not a big differential. So, but it'll give a prime example exactly what it is. Jimmy O. Jenkins says, what's up, Kay? Back again. Loved the show earlier this with my man Chase. Yeah, it was good. If you guys missed it this morning, we did have Chase on the live show discussing NASCAR and all of that good stuff and some good baseball talk on possibly some dark horses coming out of the American League. Edward says, Shane, please forward future questions to Stash. There we go. There we go. I definitely like that. BC Pop says, the virus making its way to New York City. Somebody in Jersey has it. Saw a burn curse out some Chinese girl at the subway station this morning about the virus. I could only imagine. Robert Allen asking if we could break down the Washington game. If we have time, we will. They're playing Arizona State at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Kyle, can we just call you Burt Reynolds? I'll take that. I think that's a compliment. I think that's a genuine compliment, so I don't mind that one. I definitely don't mind that. Hell, I'll be honest with you. I've been called a lot of names in my time, so even some derogatory ones here on YouTube, they don't affect me. I've heard worse. You forget I was a sailor. You guys forget I was a sailor, so I've definitely heard worse. Definitely heard worse in my time, that is for sure. So don't forget, guys, if you were trying or if you were wanting to sample us out, obviously we have a March Madness package. We didn't really go over that during the first show. We'll go over that a little bit later. But if you guys are not aware, if you want to try us out, you can buy, they've got some killer sales going on right now. Buy 3 days of premium plays, get 3 days free. So it's basically buy 3 days of premium plays or 3 days of my personal plays for $99. We double it and we make it 6. Buy a month of premium plays on sale for $9.99. They will give you 2 months free. So you get 3 months of premium plays for $1,000. Ends up being $333 a month, guys. Do the math. It's ridiculously cheap. And then buy any 1-year package and they'll double it, make it 2. Chapenny Wind is a March Madness deal in. You can buy the March Madness package all the way even when the March Madness tournament starts. You can always buy it. However, if you buy it before Selection Sunday, you get the early bird special, which will have that national championship game. But the sooner you get it, the more time. If you're not already on our NHL package, we throw in the NHL package for free. So you get the NHL package. But anybody that buys it early, you'll get the NHL package included with that package. So the sooner you buy it, the longer NHL package you have. And then obviously the 3 days of premium plays are my personal plays. But we'll go over that here in a little bit. I know I got a frozen screen. And then we're going to get it underway with the next game day breakdown. between Houston and UConn, guys. This should definitely be a good matchup. You got the Houston Cougars, guys, 22-7 on the year. They are coming off a win over Cincinnati, beating them 68-55 just on Sunday. Before that, they had lost 2 out of their last 4 games. Before that, they lost to Memphis. They had a win over Tulsa at home. And they had an SMU loss on the road where they lost 73-72 in overtime to SMU. Other than that, guys, they've won 5 out of their last 7. They've won 10 out of their last 13 games. The Houston Cougars, guys, have been rolling. Well, now, how do they play away from the Fertitta Center? First of all, when they play at home, they've all lost, what is it, 2 times. 2 times, Oklahoma State and BYU. Other than that, they've lost 5 times on the road. But let's not talk about their losses. Actually, we can talk about their losses because their last 4 losses, all on the road, have been decided by less than 2 points. Memphis, they lost by 1. SMU, they lost by 1 in OT. Cincinnati, they lost by 2. Tulsa, they lost by 2. All right? Oklahoma State, they lost by 6. Oregon, they lost by 12, and BYU by 1. So all of their losses have been extremely close losses for Houston. UConn, guys, 17-12 on the year for the Huskies. Dan Hurley and his program, 8-8 in conference play. They've won 3 straight, beating South Florida, UCF, East Carolina. Memphis wedged in with a loss to Temple on the road, a double overtime loss to Temple, wedged in the middle there. Taking a look at how UConn plays at the Gamble Pavilion, guys, that's their home court. All right, holds 10,167 screaming fans. It's got a big home court advantage, 4.1, which makes it the 13th toughest place to play in all of Division I. Taking a look at what they've done at home as far as losses, they have a overtime loss to Tulsa, losing 79-75. They have a double overtime loss, losing to Wichita State at home, 89-86. And their second game of the season, they lost to St. Joseph's 96-87 in an upset loss right there. Before we start the side-by-side comparison, let's take a look at the odds on this one. But first, I need to refresh it real quick. That way we get the most current updated odds. Justice says, I'm saving to buy one of your larger package so I can really do well. It's hard to really do well with only 3 or 6 day package. We have 3 day, double it to 6. We got month, 3 months. From time to time, they run a 2-week one and a lot of others. But I do agree, Justice. The longer you go, the cheaper the package. The cheaper the package, the more money that goes in your pocket at the end. So definitely, there's a benefit to being on board long term. Taking a look at this game, it's game number 665, 666, guys. Bergjen says, looking good with that stash, low-key. Let's keep it going. Definitely going to keep it low-key and slide under the radar here. The Cougars opened up as a 2-point road favorite, guys. UConn catching 2 at home where they defend their home court exceptionally well. Total is at 133. It still sits there at the Westgate, the D Casino Caesars. Although 5 Dimes and DraftKings, MGM all at 133.5. And then there's the Stations and Bovada at 134. So you can definitely find a happy medium on this total, anywhere from 133 to 134, depending on where you're looking and depending on where you're shopping. Taking a look at the side-by-side action, first of all. We're going to jump into conference play numbers, but first, let's take a look at the whole overall picture. Both of these teams have quality offenses and quality defense. Obviously, Houston coming in with the offensive advantage with the 20th best offense based on adjusted efficiencies. UConn coming in with the 70th. When it comes to defenses, Houston coming in with the 21st best defense based on adjusted efficiencies, strength of schedules, and opponent strength of schedules, and everything in all those stats combined. UConn coming in with the 55th best. So UConn's no slouch on offense or defense. However, Houston does have the advantage on both sides of the court today. Taking a look at how they've played each other, Houston already beat them. All right, UConn traveled on the road. Houston beat them 63-59 in a very close 4-point game. All right, in a very close 4-point game. Taking a look at conference play numbers, the side-by-side conference play numbers, first of all. You've got the number 2 offense and the number 4 offense going at it in the AAC. Houston coming in at 2, UConn at 4. All right. Houston actually has the second best defense in the AAC as well. Houston hitting 47% from the field. Number 2 at limiting turnovers. It's still a little high percentage, but for their conference, it's number 2, 18.7%. They're the number 1 offensive rebounding team in the AAC. Number 2 overall in all of Division 1. Their Division 1 numbers are 38.9% offensive rebounding. Conference play numbers 37.3%. Ridiculously high offensive rebounding capability here. Should Penny let us know if there's any news from MGM? Definitely I will, because I visit there a lot, as well as across the street. 32.3% shooting from out deep, 46.2% conversion of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, and they're converting just under 75% of all their free throws. All right, UConn hitting 46.1% from the field. 34.3% offensive rebounding capabilities, number 2 in the AAC when it comes to offensive rebounds. Turning over the ball on offense, they've got a high percentage, 20.3% of the time. 31.2% conversion from out deep, 45.8% conversion of all their jump shots, layups, and dunks, and they are another excellent free throw shooting team at 76.4%. All right, we're going to skip the 2-foul participation until last. That way we can dive into exactly what that means and how it could benefit one team versus the other. All right, height advantage, no real height advantage, maybe a 1/4 inch, nothing, none zip zip. All right, both go to the bench roughly 37% of the time for playing minutes for Houston, 38.5% for UConn. Point distribution, very similar numbers. Free throws. Justice says it was the MGM in Massachusetts, not in Vegas. Well, I just read something, Justice, that there was one at the MGM Grand in Vegas. They didn't know if it was a guest or an employee. More to come. But if for some reason that changes, I'll definitely let you guys know if I hear anything one way or another. 2-point, or it's not 2-point, but free throws. 22.2% conversion for UConn from the charity stripe. 22.2% of their total points will be from the charity stripe. 21% for Houston. Even their point distributions are all very, very, very similar. 48 to 49 on the 2 balls. 29.9 to 29.1 on the 3-point plays. Very similar point distribution numbers on this one. All right. 2-foul participation. Nathan, are you paying attention and are you listening? Because we're going to hit it right here. Danny D-Rock in the house. What's going on? 2-foul participation. I'm going to read the percentages, and then we're going to talk about it. UConn's 2-foul participation is 21.3%. Houston is 5.3%. What the 2-foul participation is it's the amount, it's a percentage of the amount of remaining available playing time in the first half that a coach will allow a player to play with 2 fouls. You guys all know college basketball, you get 2 fouls in the first half, boom, you're generally on the bench. Coaches don't want to risk you getting that 3rd foul because you only get 5 in college basketball. 5 and you foul out. So generally, the golden rule is 2 fouls, you go to the bench. Not always the case. That is a coaching style and a coaching strategy. Not everybody's bench is filled with McDonald's All-American talent. So, for instance, UConn, Coach Dan Hurley will allow his players to play up to 21.3% of the playing time remaining in the first half with 2 fouls. For Houston, that percentage 5.3% for Kelvin Sampson and his Cougars. So, for instance, Christian Vital of UConn, all right, the 6'2" sharpshooter there. If he picks up his 2nd foul at the 10-minute mark of the first half, that means there's 10 minutes remaining. You take that percentage of 21%. Let's, for easy math, round down to 20%. 20% of 10 minutes is 2 minutes. Okay? That means that Dan Hurley will allow Christian Vital to play roughly 2 minutes of that remaining 10 minutes with 2 fouls. Now, how is this an advantage for one way or another, or for the total going over or the total going under? Let's just say it's one of the big defenders. Okay? Let's just say it's the guy down low. Let's just say it's Isaiah Whaley for UConn, or Josh Carlton for UConn, whichever one's getting the start. Or heck, even Brendan Adams, the 6'4" sophomore. If one of those kids picks up 2 fouls, early, how likely are they to dive after a loose ball? How likely are they to swat after a loose ball and take a loose ball foul or a sloppy foul? If they pick up that 3rd foul, especially early in the first half, 1, they're going to be riding the bench well into the second half. 5-7 minutes in, they're not going to get any playing time. If you pick up multiple players on the 2 foul participation, obviously you're going to see a lot less defense. There's going to be a lot less hustle to the ball. Nobody's going to want to swat after a loose ball. They're going to think twice before they're swatting at a rebound. If a player's coming down and they're thinking about putting that foot down and stepping in front and possibly take a charge, they're going to think twice about it rather than it be a blocking foul and risk their 3rd foul. So it is a big stat. And as far as the percentages in this game, they're not high. 21% is on the cusp of when it really matters. Okay? 20% is on the cusp. Anything over 25 and you start actually seeing a big advantage one way or another. 5% to 21%, is there an advantage? Yeah, there's definitely an advantage for Houston. Okay? UConn can definitely put themselves in foul trouble. But if this was one of the teams that's in the 40 percentile, the 30 percentile, Villanova plays in it a lot. If this was one of those scenarios, it would be even a bigger advantage. But if you get 2 teams that play into it, that can shoot well, fast-paced, they're a lot less likely to play defense, which will push the total over. So or keep the total under if you don't have any 2 foul participation. It could definitely help keep the total under. So hopefully that helps a little bit in dissecting it for you, Nathan, or as well as everybody else. Only reason I went in depth, Nathan asked if I'd go in depth on the 2 foul participation. So it definitely creates a lot more scoring opportunities if a team is in it a lot more. Eddie DeCoco in the house. Balling Pros in the house. What's going on? Jack Olson wants to know, Green Bay minus 4.5. Anybody like that play? Alrighty. Yeah, well, that Money Talk show featured Pirelli as an actor. He's not a real salesman. So, take what you saw on that show with a grain of salt. Including a lot of the actors that were on it. More playing time for their starters is an advantage. It can be, but if they pick up that 3rd foul, Nathan, and then it's an advantage for the other team. If the kid picks up his 3rd foul, it's definitely an advantage to the other team. It's a disadvantage. It doesn't matter which way you look at it. A lot of times you see a bigger 2 foul participation when they have a weaker bench. Joe Dirt, can we do Montana and Colorado? We definitely can do Montana and Colorado, but I do have a special request that I will be doing, and it is the Green Bay game. Oakland at Green Bay Horizon tournament game at 8 p.m. We're going to do that one. The only reason why is because it was requested by William and a few other people. Boise State putting the heat on the Running Rebels. Up 7 early, 27-20. Don't be starting to count that scratch just yet, Jeff. It's early. It's early. But then again, it's our Running Rebels. And I made a side wager with you, so I think you're almost guaranteed to win. Thomas Grover, what's going on, sir? Oh, yes. So as far as this goes, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. As far as this goes, as far as a lean goes on this one, I do lean towards Houston. Them laying 2. You have a choice. Laying 2 at minus $1.10, or you can lay 20 cents more and take them on the money line. Obviously, Mr. Grover was reading my mind on this one. As far as this one goes, I do lean towards Houston, but if I was going to take them, it would be on the money line. The only thing that scares me about them is UConn plays exceptionally well at home. Aaron says they're running right out of the Thomas and Mack Center. Yes. But I do lean towards Houston. Houston is the better team, not only on paper, but overall. But if I was going to take him, it would be on the money line. Minus $1.30. I think the value's there on the money line, no doubt about it. Dana Bonson, sexy stash, thank you. This is what happens when you lose a bet. You get a technical and then you miss the free throw. Good job. But yeah, I lost my game of the week on a Tuesday, and we got a running rule. You lose a game of the week before Wednesday, and you got to shave your facial hair into whatever design the rest of the guys in the office want. They wanted a short and sweet mustache, so here you go. And then the running joke from yesterday's live show, if I won, I would keep it, because I had every intention to shave that sucker off. Beastie Pop, any free play yet? There's a daily free play video out with an NBA free play, but as far as official free plays, no, I have not put out any official free play just yet. $29-21, lovely. It's okay, Thomas. Don't worry. We'll backdoor it here with a win. It's long from over. It's long from over. We got a whole second half. And then Jeff will have to be buying another package, or I have to pay up. Water boiling on the stove. No stove here, that's for sure. Kyle Wynn Mullet, you'd for sure have more subscribers. We might be able to make that happen. I mean, I am due for a head shave. Thomas McDonald, last 3 minutes, all I paid attention to. Same thing. 29-24 with a three-pointer at the buzzer. Keeping it within 5. Shapendi, I did scare her yesterday. Actually, no. She laughed at me. The dog I scared. The dog took off running. Shaved the beard and the dog took off running. All right, guys, next up, Oakland and Green Bay. Going to try and get through a bunch of game day breakdowns for everybody today. Move this iPad out of the way. We'll get everything rolling. Boise strong, second half, Aaron said. We are going to double check that second half line. real quick. Now that it's halftime, let's go take a look at that second half line, see if we can make some more money today. Second half line, UNLV minus 1.5, Boise State plus 1.5, minus 145 for the money line. Over and under 73.5. Total, I would stay away from myself. I have a chance to Boise plus 2 second half. Jeff says, As far as that goes, I will probably stay off of it and just take my money line bet. On UNLV plus my side wager with old Jeff. Robert, UNLV minus 1.5 does look appealing. But then again, it's UNLV. And I'll be honest, nothing looks appealing about UNLV. Ever. Ever. All right, so what we're going to do. Don't forget, guys, buy 3 days, get 3 days free. Premiums or personals. Thunder MVP says, I took the money line. UNLV going to pull it off, Jeff. Watch out, buddy. Watch out, buddy. All right, so what we're going to do. What we're going to do, I want to show you guys something. But I have to be able to pop it up on my screen, so hang tight with me, and then I'm going to share something with you guys. I know we've done this before many times. All right, so what we're gonna do, apparently it's not gonna work for me. See if I can get it to work real quick. Give me 1 second, folks. I was hoping it was gonna work, but apparently it doesn't want to work. I wanted to be able to share my screen with you guys. Oh, here we go. I think I got it now. Okay. Live odds. Having access to live odds when they change every 15 seconds. A lot of you guys don't know. Some of you guys do know because we've been pushing it and advertising it. But a lot of you guys don't know that you can get live odds on our website. No different than when you go to Vegas Insider or Scores and Odds, Odd Shark, all of that stuff. Okay? You can get them just about everywhere. But the difference is ours are real time. And our mobile platform is insane. The mobile platform for the live odds is really cool. So for a lot of you guys that don't know, you can head over to our website, cappersdirect.com. You can click on the odds tab, just like this. And hopefully you guys You guys, yes, audio is still working. So you guys can see right on our website, we've got all the live odds for all the college basketball. Click right here. When NFL's back, there'll be NFL, college football as well, NBA, college basketball, Major League Baseball, NHL, and WNBA. Open up the NBA as well. They're adding halftime, first half, all of that good stuff as well for college basketball. It should be on the website later this week. But here you go. Mountain West Conference games, Horizon League, Missouri Valley, Ohio Valley, West Coast, the extra games. And look at this. Thursdays, still Patriot League, Atlantic Sun Conference, up. Here we go. Showing you guys something that nobody else has yet up on their websites. Our website, this is for tomorrow, guys, the first to start updating lines. The Buffalo game opened at 1. It's now 2.5 at 5 dimes. Station still has it at 1. Okay? As the books update it, these will actually show up on the screen. Friday's odds are already starting to get listed on our website. They'll start filling in about an hour. You'll start seeing a lot more, especially with conference games. They wait until they end. But if you guys want to be able to have access, and these are 15-second delayed. Here's the NBA. NBA live odds for tomorrow. These are not live in-game odds. These are live odds as if you're standing in the sports book right now. Friday's odds for the NBA are already popping up. The Hawks and Wizards game, Thunder and the Knicks game. Thunder laying 7 against the Knicks on the road. The Knicks keep giving us a dagger at home against big teams. The Heat and Pelicans game is up. Magic and Timberwolves. Bucks and the Lakers. Lakers laying 1 at home against the Bucks. All valuable information for you guys. Why? Because nowhere else can you get it where it's real time. That real time will help you beat the closing line. Don't be behind the movement, be ahead of it. Be right on track with it. There'll be line movements, all of that, so you can track the actual line movements. I think it was 3 million lines of code they have to write to get that one up there. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then the mobile platform is even sicker. The mobile platform makes it so easy to use and navigate for mobile odds that it's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Here, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but here's the live odds. You want to see the books? Just scroll over. I mean, it's that clean, that simple. Game number, time, the whole works. Super simple. All right, so let's get this next game day breakdown rolling. Enough of that, but I just wanted to show that, give you guys a little tutorial on that because I know a lot of people don't use it yet, don't understand it, and don't realize that that is an option. All right, so Oakland, 14-8 on the year, Horizon League tournament play. Greg Camp and his Grizzlies, they ended up 8-10 in conference play. They won 5 out of their last 6 games. Their last loss was on the 27th against Indiana University, Purdue University. They lost 71-68 on the road. All right, here they are. Neutral site game. Neutral site game at the Resch Center up there in Green Bay. For everybody that doesn't know, that's home of Green Bay, the Green Bay Phoenix. So technically they're playing on their own home court today. They're 16-5 on the year. For Link Darner and his program, they ended up 11-7 in conference play. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games, with their only loss coming by way of Oakland. The team that just beat Oakland, Indiana University, Purdue University, Green Bay was able to beat back on February 6th. But keep in mind, Green Bay's last loss is against the team they're playing today. That was a double overtime loss, 92-88. Taking a look at the odds. We're going to scroll down to the Horizon League tournament play. And you'll see right there, 707, 708, with Wisconsin, Green Bay opening up as a 4-point favorite. We're seeing 4.5 at DraftKings. Believe it or not, the D Casino just popped it down to 3.5. Taking a look at the total, 155. It's still sitting at 155 on this contest, guys. Side-by-side comparison, taking a look at conference play numbers only. Conference play numbers only because that's more in the line of what have you done for me lately. Oakland hitting 50% from the field. 31.8% from out deep. Number 1 in their conference. Number 1 in the Horizon League, converting 51.4% of all their 2-point plays. Every jump shot, layup, and dunk. A very dismal 68.4% free throw shooting. 19% turnover, a little on the high side. It is the Division I average, but it's still a little on the high side. 29.7 offensive rebounding capability. Means 29.7% of all their rebounds are offensive rebounds. That's a good number. Green Bay, 51.3% from the field. They're a better shooting team overall. Their offense is well above what you're going to see coming out of Oakland. Although Oakland did just beat them. All right, 51.3% shooting from the field. 37.2% shooting from out deep. The number 2 3-ball shooting team in the Horizon League. 49.1% conversion of all their 2-point plays, and a number 2 free throw shooting team in the Horizon League at the lucky 777. 77.7%. 16.3% on the turnover, second lowest in the Horizon League. 28.3% offensive rebounding, not bad. Still above the Division I average. Now, 2-foul participation. Nathan, pay attention to these numbers. If you're still listening, 27% Green Bay. 27% of the playing time of the available remaining playing time for Green Bay will be played, or if they have 2 fouls, will be allowed to be played. 27% of the available remaining playing time once a player picks up 2 fouls. Oakland, 55%. That's on the high side. However, Oakland still goes to the bench for 30% of their total minutes. So does Green Bay. But they're in the 2 foul over 55% of the time. That is a major advantage. Green Bay is just on the cusp at that 27 percentile. 25 when we actually start factoring it into the equation. 55%, oh yeah, oh boy. As far as the total on this one, as we went over, 155, that 2 foul participation number will definitely influence the total having a potential to go over. It doesn't always mean it's going to go over. By no means does it mean that. By no means does it mean that. That it's for sure to go over just because of that number. It should definitely help it. That's what I'm trying to say. As far as this game goes, the double OT victory by Oakland on the road. They beat Oakland at home, where they're playing today. They beat them by 4. Oakland had to play the other day on the 3rd. Green Bay hasn't played since the 29th, so they've had a couple more days rest. They're playing in their own facility, sleeping in their own dorms. Home court advantage, 3.1 in the regular season, 173rd toughest. The Resch Center holds 9,729 fans. As far as this one goes, I do lean towards Wisconsin, Green Bay, laying the 4. However, it's 3.5 at the D Casino. How can you beat that one? So for me here, well, actually, technically I couldn't because I'm not in Vegas at the current moment. But if I was there, I'd march my happy ass down to the D Casino or get on their app, and I'd bet it there. But it's safe to say it's 4 everywhere else, so we'll use that number. All right? But I do lean towards Green Bay, laying the 4. As far as the total going over or under, we have it very close to where the line's at. I don't see much value in 155 unless it goes to overtime. Unless this game goes to overtime or double overtime, I don't see it getting there. So, it being a conference tournament play game, things usually buckle down, tighten up a little bit. But as far as if it doesn't go to OT, I like the under. So I am going to lean the Oakland and Green Bay under as well. Under 155. And if it goes to OT, throw all that shit that we just talked about right out the window. Especially double overtime like their last meeting. Double OT, it hit 180. Was the final score. All right, next one we're going to do was a request, Northern Colorado and Montana. 9 p.m. Eastern time. I know there were some people in the early chat talking about this one as well. There were some people in the early chat talking about this one as well. They're in Missoula, Montana at the Dahlberg Arena, guys, at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Taking a look in the chat. William, you're very welcome. I hope that helped you out or didn't confuse you at all. And remember, just because I lean a certain way doesn't mean it's always the right way. All right, remember what a lean is, folks. Leans are leans. They're there for a reason, to help you guys. Sometimes they turn into official plays, but for the most part, they're there to be able to help you guys. Did we talk Ohio State? No, we didn't. But we can do that game after we do this one. We can definitely do the Fighting Illini and Ohio State game at 7 p.m. Eastern time, starting in 49 minutes. Some games getting ready to go down in the next little bit. At the 7 p.m. mark, and then a lot at 7:30 as well. Jerry says, just received a text from companies trying to sell me picks. I bet, brother. Gary, what is going on, sir? Radford is up 8-2. Lock it up. Charleston Southern, a loser. Just kidding. They didn't cover the spread just yet. Just teasing you, but I didn't bet on that game anyways. But in 18 minutes, you get the Michigan game. And we did break down that one earlier, and remember that one. All right, so we're going to get this underway. That way we can get through some game day breakdowns. We're a little slow on the breakdowns in this afternoon. As you can see, I ate some lunch. I went through the house walkthrough, the frame walkthrough of the new build. Insulation time tomorrow, and then the drywall after that. So that was cool. Got to see all of that. Always fun to go take a look at the new property. Not far from here, about 25 minutes. All right, folks. Nah, Danny, he'll probably just give you a little hard time. He handled it well, though. He handled it well. All right, guys, the Northern Colorado Bears out of Greeley, Colorado, 20-9 on the year, guys. Jeff Linder and his Big Sky Conference play, 13-5 is where they're at now. They're coming off a 4-point loss at home to Eastern Washington. Other than that, guys, they were winning on a nice little streak. They won 5 straight. They won 8 out of their last 9. Adding that loss, and now they're 8 out of their last 10. Amirs, good afternoon as well. So they're absolutely rolling. First of all, let's take a look. How do they play on the road? They beat Idaho State, Sacramento State, Northern Arizona, all on the road. They beat Southern Utah on the road. They beat Idaho on the road. They beat Weber State on the road. Wyoming, they were able to get rid of on the road as well. Neutral site wins over Boston U as well. Semi-away game against South Dakota, they also won as well. Other than that, guys, they already beat Montana 74-66 on their own home court back on January 4th. Now they're going to get them today on the road. All right, they're going to get them today on the road. Now, the Montana Grizzlies, 18-11 on the year. Travis DeCure and his Big Sky Conference number, 14-4. Only 4 losses in conference play. Northern Colorado, Weber State, Portland State, and boom, Northern Arizona. last Thursday, beat them on the road. How have they played at the Dahlberg Arena, guys? It holds 7,322 fans. Home court advantage, 3.2. All right, home court advantage of 3.2. Taking a look at what they've done at home. All right, you don't have to go very far to see that they've only lost one time at home. All right, they've lost one time at home, and it was a disaster of a loss to Montana Tech 74-72 in a game that they shouldn't have. Okay, other than that, they've played flawless at home all year long. They've defended their home court exceptionally, with the one little blunder against Montana Tech. Okay, so they're definitely going to be dialed in. They're going to be playing tough. Give me 1 second, folks. As far as this one goes, taking a look at the side-by-side comparison. Let's start with Northern Colorado. Let's start with the road team. 54.9% shooting. That was all year long. Their conference play numbers. Uh-oh. Boise State rolling. They're up by 7, folks. Northern Colorado has the #1 offense on adjusted efficiencies in all the Big Sky Conference. Montana #2. When it comes to defense, Montana #2, Northern Colorado 3. This should be a great matchup. Northern Colorado hitting 55.4% from the field, 36.8% from out deep. They're #2 in the conference at 3-point shooting. #1, Montana. All right, they are #1 in their 2-point conversion at 55.6%. #2, Montana. They just flip-flopped. One spot where Northern Colorado absolutely sucks at, the free throw line, 67.3%. Okay, their offensive rebounds, 24.4%. Very low. Montana's even worse. Turnover percentage, a low 14.5%. 15.6 for Montana. Both of those are #1 and #2 at not creating turnovers on offense. Montana, #1 shooting team in the Big Sky at 56% from the field. 40.8% from out deep. 54.1% shooting of all their 2-point plays. A nice 75.1% of all their free throws. 2-foul participation, 29% for Montana, 21% for Northern Colorado. So there's a slight advantage, but not much. All right, maybe more so for the total going over than one side having an advantage over the other. Both going to the bench for 24% and 26% more on the Northern Colorado side. Height advantage, about a half-inch height advantage on average for every kid coming out of Montana. Point distribution. Even though Montana knocks down those knocks down those 3 balls at a rate of almost 40% in conference play, they're only relying on the 3-pointer for 25% of their total points. Today's Northern Colorado's defense does a great job at defending the 3. So unless something happens, I don't see Montana getting any extra open looks than what they're normally going to get. Well, Montana's only relying on the 3 ball for 25% of their total points. Northern Colorado shoots it excellent as well, #2 in the Big Sky at just under 37%. They rely on it for almost 40% of their total points. Big difference there. Northern Colorado relies on the free throw for 11%. Why? Because they can't knock one down. As far as this one goes, you have to take a look at the game or the odds on it first, obviously. And normally we do that first, but we skipped right over it today. Montana's laying 2 at home. Or sorry, that was Montana. Actually, yeah, Montana's laying 2 at home. It opened up at 1.5. Total one is down to 132.5 from 136.5. It's up, or excuse me, down 4 points. As far as this one goes, as far as all of this good stuff, I see it being a very close game. I see it being decided not by much. I see it being decided by quite I mean, very close. My system's got it by 1. When I took a look at it, I see them by 1 as well. Either, you have a choice. I'd either take Northern Colorado plus the 2, or I'd take Montana, the home team that has played exceptional all year long at home, with 1 home loss over Montana State. Excuse me, Montana Tech. So if I was going to do anything, it would be Montana on the money line. And Montana on the money line. And the reason why I give out money line is because of the value. You can either lay 2 minus $1.10, or you could take the money line at minus 130. So, big difference. I'd rather lay the $1.30 at 5 dimes and have to win by 1 than lay $1.10 and have to win by 2 for a push, 3 for a win. So I do lean towards Montana on the money line minus $1.30. As far as the total goes, the last time these two teams faced off, we had 150 points scored. I do lean towards the over, 132.5. But for some reason, I think it's a suspect line. So, I mean, it's just very, 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 very minuscule. Grant, just so you know, Steph Curry is back. Not that that means much, but Steph Curry is back, just so you know. Supposed to be back anyways. All right, next one that we're going to do the Fighting Illini and Ohio State next, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, going down in 39 minutes. All right, somebody got a UNLV Boise State score update for me. We down by 6. Turning the ball over. Ryan says, Illini, let's go. That might be a biased opinion. First of all, let's take a look at the game number and the odds. If you guys got to look for it, it's the second game on the board. All right, 663, 664. Ohio State opening up as a 6.5-point favorite. It's dropped, guys. It's dropped to 5.5. It's dropped to 5.5 here. Total opened up at 132. It really hasn't budged. Bovada, 132.5. Other than that, 132 everywhere. As far as everything else goes on this one, taking a look at the side-by-side comparison, we'll do that in a second. The Fighting Illini, 20-9 on the year for Brad Underwood and his program. 12-6 there in the Big Ten Conference. They've won 4 straight. That was coming off of a 4-game loss. They lost to Iowa, Maryland, Michigan State, and Rutgers. 2 home and 2 away. And then they knocked out 2 home and 2 away, beating Penn State, Nebraska, Northwestern, and Indiana most recently on Sunday, beating them by a single bucket. Here they are. They get Ohio State on the road. First of all, how's the Fighting Illini play on the road? Well, they won their last 2 against Penn State and Northwestern. Before that, they lost 2 to Rutgers and Iowa. Before that, they won 3 straight. Michigan, Purdue, and Wisconsin. This is an Illinois team that's very capable of winning on the road. This team is really capable of winning on the road. Ohio State, guys, for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Chris Holtmann and his program, 20-9 on the year, 10-8 in the Big Ten Conference, winning 3 straight, 5 out of their last 6, 8 out of their last 10, beating Northwestern, Indiana, Michigan, Rutgers, Purdue, Maryland, Nebraska, and Michigan again. Their only losses coming by way of Iowa and Wisconsin. Three straight against Maryland, Nebraska, and Michigan. Take a look at the side-by-side comparison. Well, we knew the game was definitely going to be close. The only reason I leaned towards the running Rebels was the fact that they were playing in their own home court. That was the only reason. But then again, they don't defend it very well. They don't defend the Thomas and Mack Center very well, and they haven't for quite a few years. And like I said before, UNLV basketball used to be a lot of fun. Today it's rather lackluster. But conference play numbers for the Fighting Illini, poor. Poor to say the least. 45.1% shooting. 29.5% conversion of all their three-point attempts. 45.4% of all their two-point plays. 72% from the charity stripe. It's a good number. 33.3% offensive rebounding, number 2 in the Big Ten. 15.9% turnover rate on offense. While that's a low number for Division I standards, a really low number for Division I standards, that's actually high for the Big Ten. Funny, I just got a Twitter notification letting everybody know we're live, but yet we're been live for a while. Ohio State, 50.6% from the field, number 2 in the Big Ten in that category. Number 1 in the three-point shooting category at 36.9%. 47.1% conversion of all their two-point plays, jump shot, layup, and dunk. And another quality free throw team at 76.7%. That's number 2 in the Big Ten. Offensive rebounds, 29.1%. Little lack in there. 18.3%. Little high on the turnover side. Where the Fighting Illini have an advantage is on defense. They may not be the best shooting team, but their defense is quality. Number 2 defensive team in the Big Ten. Holding teams to 45.7% shooting. Holding teams to 31.4% from out deep and 45% of all their two-point plays. 2-foul participation, not a real big factor. 6% for the Fighting Illini. 16.5% for Ohio State. Not a big number where it really matters. Inch height advantage on average per player for every player coming out of Illinois. Illinois going to the bench for 26% of the total minutes available for players coming from the bench. 31.5% for the Ohio State Buckeyes. As far as this one goes, the Fighting Illini can win on the road. They've proven that. They've played some monster games on the road, and they have some monster wins on the road, beating Michigan, Purdue. Heck, they beat Michigan at home as well. Penn State on the road. Northwestern on the road. I mean, heck, they did a 2-game road trip, Purdue and Michigan. So for this one, guys, Ohio State should win. They definitely should win. But the Fighting Illini have done us some good on the road. They're comfortable playing on the road. So for that aspect, I liked it better when it opened. The only reason I didn't make it a play is because the line dropped. Boise State starting to kick some butt, up 8. But as far as this one goes, I do lean towards Illinois plus the 5.5. I liked it better at 6.5. That's for sure. I definitely liked it better at 6.5. Come on, Running Rebels. Don't make me have to pay Jeff. Just kidding. We didn't make a wager. It was a friendly wager. All right. Next one that we're going to do. We're going to do the fan favorite. You guys keep talking about this one. So we're going to break it down and give you guys a surprise. Grambling State and Alabama A&M. That'll be the next one for you guys because you guys keep talking about it. You talk, I listen. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. So that's what we're going to do next. Jeff says, I wouldn't watch this game if it was in my backyard. I wouldn't watch it either. Not to say I wouldn't bet on it, because I would, and I might have. But let's take a look at Alabama A&M, the Bulldogs. We're just going to say dumpster fire, all right, folks? Dumpster fire. They've lost 11 out of their last 13 games. They're at home. They've got some home wins. They got 5 on the year. Grambling State, 16-13 on the year for the Tigers. Dante Jackson and his program, 10-6 there in the Southwestern Atlantic Conference. They have won 7 out of their last 9 games. They've won 3 straight. Jackson State, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Mississippi Valley State, beating them by 20 on their own home court. They're on the road. They did lose their last 2 road games to Prairie View and Texas Southern. Before that, they beat Mississippi Valley and Arkansas Pine Bluff on the road. They've already beat Alabama A&M. They beat them by 10 on their own home court back on January 4th. Here they are traveling on the road. Taking a look at the odds on this one. Popping up the live odds on this one. It's an added 6-digit game. 308-261 and 308-262. Grambling open up as a 2.5-point favorite. They're still laying 2.5 at the Westgate. 3 at 5 Dimes, 3 at DraftKings. 3.5 at the D and 3.5 at Bovada, 3 at BetDSI. But the Westgate still holding strong at 2.5. Moneyline minus $1.45 at the Westgate. Plus 125 for Alabama A&M. Taking a look at the 2 side-by-side comparison. You've got 1 decent offense, 1 shitty offense. And then 2 lackluster defenses, but a definite edge for Grambling State on D. Grambling State hitting 48.1% shooting from the field. 29% shooting from out deep. 49% conversion, just under 50% actually, of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. 67.5% conversion from the charity stripe. 28.5% offensive rebounding capability. 19.7% offensive turnovers. Same percentage for Alabama A&M, but Alabama A&M, a very poor shooting team. One of the worst in all of Division I. Hitting just 40.9% from the field. 26.5% shooting from out deep. 41.4% conversion of all their 2-point plays. 65.9% from the free throw line. 26.4% offensive rebounding. As far as this one goes, 2 foul. High for both. 29% for Alabama A&M, 35% for Grambling. Height advantage, over 2-inch height advantage for Grambling State. As far as the total goes on this one, no opinion on it whatsoever. No opinion on it whatsoever, but I do have a free premium play on it. Oh, got a free premium play. Yes, we are taking a premium play on this game, and premium plays are definitely looking and deserving for a monster day and a good run, a really good run. Premium plays have been lacking as of late, and they're long overdue. Free premium play, Grambling State on the money line is what we moved on, minus $1.45. Rather than take them laying 2.5 or 3 or even 3.5, we took them on the money line this morning or early afternoon, minus $1.45. $11 leans given out over the 2 live shows. $11 leans given out over the 2 live shows. Ryan says he needs triple overtime to hit the over in the what, this UNLV game? If you're talking about the UNLV game and it goes to triple overtime, then that means we have a chance. That means we have a chance. If you bet the first half of the second half, you're definitely needing UNLV to sink a 3 here in the next 43 seconds. Although you guys are probably ahead of me. But a technical foul on UNLV is not going to be good. 43-36. Oh, there we go. You guys are way ahead of me. All right, folks, enjoy that free play. For everybody that doesn't know, if you haven't already done so, take 1 second out of your day. 1 second out of your day. Hit the subscribe button right down below. It'll be the best thing that you do all week long. All right, guys, all week long. It'll be the best thing that you do all week long. Hit that subscribe button. Tap that little bell right next to it. That way you do not miss a beat. Jeff says, Kyle, I'm with you when the line is -1 or -3. I like betting the money line in those situations. Definitely. Most definitely. Oh, Justice, I'm just looking at your question. I have a question. Do you ever buy points, Kyle? It's something that I do and has aged and allowed me to push in instances. Just curious. Have I? I have. General rule of thumb about buying points. It only matters if you lose. If you buy them and you lose, it doesn't matter. If you buy them and you didn't need them anyways, so be it. You won and you cashed. If you bought it and you needed it, that means you won, and you won and you needed to buy the points. Bravo Zulu to you, you won. However, what it means is you bet the wrong side. The general rule of thumb, if you have to buy points, you're on the wrong side. Now, I get in football buying the hook down, or in some games buying the hook down. I get that. I get that. But generally speaking, if you're buying points, you're on the wrong side anyways. If you needed those points, you were on the wrong side anyways. So just a general rule of thinking when it comes to that. But do I? I have. I usually do in parlays just for fun. If I do a fun money parlay, I'll definitely do it. If I'm doing a fun money parlay. I know, Robert, son. It's funny. Thank God I got a pillar here because the sun down in Arizona is flipping hot. But funny thing is I actually forgot to turn the office lights on. There's one light on there that stays on, but then there's a light switch right here for the big lights above me, those fluorescent lights. And I forgot to turn them on before we went live because it was bright in here. But here, I'll dim the shade. Oh, and it doesn't matter because it's coming in off the... I have a patio. So, Edward says, damn, UNLV stinks. UNLV is running right out the door and gone. See you later. Don't worry, Jeff. I'll be sending you that little gift here soon. Sucker bet. All right, folks. Enjoy that, all the leans, the free play. Remember, we'll be live again tomorrow. Don't miss out, guys. March Madness package going strong. Buy 3 days, get 3 days free. That ends tonight. Do not miss out. Do not miss out. Do not miss out. All right, folks, do not miss out. And if you're on the fence, get on board. Robert S., you're very welcome. You're very welcome. To everybody that tunes in, either live or watching the archive version, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Robert, free play was on Grambling State. Raymond Brackens, you're very welcome. Everybody, you're very welcome. I have a blast doing this. Might have got a little migraine rolling on today, but other than that, I love doing the live shows. We'll be live again tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Another 2-show day tomorrow. So make sure you guys do not miss out. All right, do not miss out. Do not miss out. Do not miss out. I love the 2-time-a-day live shows. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So with that being said, guys, good luck. Always bet within your means. Don't do anything stupid. All right, don't do anything stupid. And we will see you guys all live tomorrow as well. All right, take it easy. Yep, Excedrin's coming right up. Excedrin's coming right up. Excedrin and some more water. All right, guys, take it easy, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.